This episode of the Dryline Farmer Podcast is brought to you by Xyway brand fungicides from FMC.
Go long for season-long foliar disease protection that starts at plant. Only Xyway brand fungicides from FMC provide season-long foliar disease protection from the start. Active ingredient flutriafol moves through your corn plants as they grow for inside-out protection from roots to tassel. Growers and retailers are sharing their Xyway brand fungicide success stories at xyway.ag.fmc.com. Always read and follow all label directions.
Sometimes in life, you find yourself on the right side of the line.
Do you think there's a little PTSD somewhere in there in the biathlon? I mean, you've got somebody wore out to their wits' end, and now you're going to hand them a rifle? Is that really a good idea?
I mean, I'd be like that one girl, Carrie Strug. I mean, she made that jump with a broken ankle. I could do that.
Live from Texas, this is the Dryline Farmer Podcast. You hear that? It's Brent and Landon, and this is the Dryline Farmer Podcast.
Yes, it is, Ashton. This is the Dryline Farmer Podcast. With you always is your host. That's me, Brent Carlson. I almost talked about myself in the third person. And Landon, I am going to talk about you in the third person because, well, no, I guess you're the second person since you. Is it okay if I use the to form with you, Landon?
That's okay.
Okay. Are we beyond esta?
Bueno.
Bueno, muy bueno, tambien. For some reason, I always thought tambien was such a cool word, and all it means is also.
Also.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. Tambien? I don't know. It sounds so folksy. I need to look up the word folksy in Spanish, but I think I might do that right now. Well, guys, this is the Dryline Farmer Podcast. We've got your regular hosts in the seats, and we're just kind of cruising through here. Landon, you know, I don't guess we're in uncharted territory on the corn market, but we are I am in uncharted water, as is I don't have any corn sold yet.
You lucky bastard.
Usually, the last 2 years, I damn near hit the bottom within a nickel. I mean, they were still a good year. I mean, I wasn't 100% sold at the bottom, but I was damn sure half the crop was sold, and now I don't have anything sold. And we're at 6. We are at 6.07 now. So it's pretty. Go ahead.
Hopefully you're at the bottom when you start pricing tomorrow.
So we're at 6.13 3/4 this evening, Landon. That is pretty impressive, especially with the food corn contracts we have and all kinds of.
What's wheat done? It's gone up almost 80 cents in 2 days.
Yeah, so
75 or so.
So July Kansas City wheat. I need to do I need to have a market recap. So okay. So it was in a big trading pattern between, I'm going to say call it 850 and 750 since about November, the 1st of November of last year. And in the last 3 days, Landon, it has gone from, it broke that high at 850, and now we're at 932 this evening.
Wow.
So that's pretty impressive. I don't foresee y'all bringing in a lot of soybeans this year, but beans have jumped from December the 1st. It was at 1230, and now we're at 1492. Landon, what's the soybean basis in Hereford? Don't bring any?
Yeah, minus $6. Would anybody bring it for that?
So we grew. I think my brothers grew soybeans 1 year, like they had a circle of it.
My dad did in like 99, I think.
Yeah, I think that's almost the same year. So
Yeah.
anyway, they watered and watered it like corn all year. Made 30 bushels. If it would have gotten the same,
bad?
huh?
Is that bad?
That sucks.
Okay.
Yeah, dry land, that's fine, I guess. But watering
what's good on soybeans?
Oh, hell, I mean, you can make, if you got that kind of irrigation, you ought to be able to make at least 70, 80 bushel beans. Let's see. The trend line yield for beans is da 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 da. Okay, yada yada yada. We're gonna go to the 2021 soybean yield guide. I don't know why I'm up. Okay, here we go. Whoa, take it easy. Okay, so 2020 trend. Well, that's all jacked up. I'm seeing a lot of 50s and high 40s. Is what I'm seeing as a lot of average soybean yields. So
Your brothers aren't as crappy of farmers as you say they are.
they didn't even dude, that's Midwest beans that don't get irrigation yield. Let's see. Here is Crop Watch. That kind of sounds okay, here we go. So Nebraska and USA. Nebraska, I guess. Okay. So in 1970, this is the trend line. 1970, the average yield was, I'm going to call that 34 bushels. And over here in 2017, it got up to 64. So that's actually Nebraska. So the U.S. Is the current one is 40. This is actually in 17. Why? Because that's the last year that data was available. Was 46 bushels. So I'm going to say average. I'm going to say it's 50 bushels is what I'm going to say. So yeah, it's got to have beans. Have, from what I can tell, my limit. We should have had Casey Seymour on, but I'm going to say it's got to have a lot of humidity and not a whole lot of dry wind, because they probably put, there's no telling, they probably put 20 inches of water on it, and that's all they could muster out of it. So, and I can't remember if that had some of that yellowing, like iron chlorosis, the leaves turn yellow and all that fun stuff, but it was disappointing, and they never did it again. So yeah, that was pretty. Did you combine that, or did y'all have a combine, or y'all have that?
I don't think from what I remember, I don't think we harvested it. We had a combine, but I don't think we harvested the beans.
Yeah. So
we did corn and had somebody do it. We only had two little probably 30-acre fields.
Yeah.
Because it was all row water.
So okay. So this was center pivot, but we grew black-eyed peas for several years, and they're a lot like soybeans, and they suck just as bad. So, and I don't know if you have to worry about staining and stuff on soybeans like you do on black-eyed peas, because they were, food grade, which I mean soybeans obviously is, but so black-eyed peas are obviously, they're white when they're dried out, and if you don't, you have to kill them. It's just like, I think it's a lot like a soybean, and you
harvest black-eyed peas. You have to play a CD from the band.
Yeah, I mean, Fergie comes out and drives the grain cart. Dude, that was our favorite time of year when that hot piece came out to drive the grain cart. Bitch hit the header 2 times, but no. And then she divorced Josh Duhamel, so,
Man, you know more about them than I do. I just know it's a band.
Yeah. What do they, ouch! Damn cat! Yeah, so what did they saying? Let's get it started, yeah. I think that song had the words "Let's get it started," and then the other words were "Oh yeah," or "In here" maybe. Anyway, so it was no. You had to kill those damn. You either had to put gramoxone on them, or you had to windrow them. We never windrowed them. We always just killed them and then tried to combine them. And those, you could have a 500, 600, 700 horsepower combine, and if there were some green stalks out there, that son bitch would plug you down, man. It
really?
was, yeah, damn right, dude. That was like trying to thrash a freaking rope. But yeah, it's pretty legitimate stuff. But
that's better than trying to push a rope.
I guess so, man. Especially a loose one. But so yeah, and I think they were profitable a couple times. It's just man, you had the weed control and the freaking disease and the blight and all that bull crap. They were a short season crop, hell, you had them out in like 70 days, but it was man, it was a pain in the ass. So fortunately we changed them back over to cotton with a crop that was not only a pain in the ass but cost a lot more to grow. So we had a whole lot more fun doing the cotton. But it was good times had in the old Dust Bowl. So, but as long as this corn price keeps going up, and cotton's hovering, you can just damn near get this new crop of cotton. I almost said cotton. Cotton damn near at $1. So that's that's pretty impressive just to start out with that. So it's pretty exciting times. If it weren't for the fact that Roundup's $10,000 a gallon and fertilizer like at your local co-op is $20,000 a ton and all that good stuff. So I'm guessing all our fertilizer and all our corn seed comes out of like the Ukrainian-Russian border is all I can figure. Along with our red diesel. Maybe that's why they call it red diesel. The communists? I'm just putting two and two together here, but
I was laughing today. We were talking to one of our brokers, and he was like, "Yeah, corn might start off low today because the forecast in Argentina is calling for a little wetter forecast." I go, "You've been telling me it's dry there for like the past 210 days. How long does their corn crop go?" And I know they do too over there, but still.
Yeah, they got a constant. They have a 365-day growing season. It's
alive.
God, man, those farmers never get time off. They never get 4 months off like we do.
They don't even have time to run cattle.
Poor bastards. God Almighty, have you seen those cattle they run down there? Holy hell. Those freaking white Bramer looking. I don't even know if they're Bramer. I think they're a whole nother damn breed of cattle, but holy crap. And then the videos, people, like they have the damn mule. Everybody's seen the video of the guy that's got the mule or the donkey where the guy has to tag this newborn calf, and you've got this freaking like Jurassic Park white Bramer mama trying to literally kill this cowboy or vaquero, as they say down there, and that freaking donkey or mule puts his ass end up up in that cow's face, and he's over there tagging it and probably branding it and giving it a sombrero or whatever. Anyway, and I mean that cow tries to make a move. They don't make cutting horses like that in America, dude. This is the cutting horse of all cutting horses, and of course that was probably his main mode of transportation too. So. Because I didn't see a one-horse, single-axle cowboy special trailer in the background anywhere. But, I mean, this is this old mule, I mean, he pins those ears back and he rears it. Dude, it's like Eeyore kicking some ass, dude. It is, I mean, it is truly impressive. And I'm pretty sure
it's got a syringe in its mouth.
It's yeah. It's
does everything.
It's holding the ear tagger with one hoof and all that good stuff. Oh, man. It's and I'm pretty sure it's a organic farm too. So yeah. Anyway, it's pretty impressive.
Look at us talking farming.
I know, man. It only took 3 years and 145 or something episodes. Waffles, you get down and go do something. Damn cats.
Nice cat.
You like my pussy cat walking around here?
Yeah.
Oh man, freaking. Dude, it's my wife pointed out a funny meme yesterday. It said, "Be like your cat and do nothing all day." And there's like it was an advertisement for pajamas. And I'm like, boy, that ain't the damn truth. I don't know what is. So, speaking of like domestic stuff, I saw this guy on Twitter, and I don't know if you saw me respond to him. He goes, asking somebody that you've invited over to take their shoes off before they come in your house has got to be quite possibly the rudest thing I've ever heard of. Like, I would think refusing to take your shoes off before you go into somebody's house that has invited you over has got to be the rudest thing you could ever do to somebody.
I think the only person's house I wouldn't take my shoes off would be like at Rex Ryan's.
What, does he spit everywhere or what?
He has a foot fetish. I don't see him inviting me over either.
Ugh.
Yeah, he had a video. Just look the video up. I don't.
So what? I don't have a foot. What do you think it is about foot fetish people? Is it the toe?
I don't know, man.
Is it the toe knuckles?
Maybe it's like the people who have like their second toe is longer than their big toe.
I mean that's probably more into the kink foot fetish thing. You know, do they like choke the foot off at the ankle with like a dog collar or something until the foot turns blue?
I wonder what the sexiest part of the foot is.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. I mean, you got your toe knuckle, You got that big joint on your big toe that always gets arthritis.
Are there like websites for like flat feet or?
I'm not looking that up.
Yeah, yes, you are,
dude. Can you imagine like they have a foot fetish convention, dude? You
They
should see.
probably do.
Oh, I'm sure they do, dude. You should. They have. Dude, did you see
They're
the?
just-
Did you see the effing arch on that bitch that walked by just now?
If you ever see like 99% of the people going into the Civic Center in flip flops, then you probably don't want to go in that day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, that's probably true. But so, the only really smooth part of the foot is the underside, which for some reason, I never forgot about what they call that layer of skin in school. Do you remember what they called that? Like the palms of your hands and the bottoms of your feet?
No.
The horny layer. You remember that?
No.
Yeah, no, seriously, that's what they call it. I'm going to type this in with skin and foot, because if I put horny layer on here, the pop-ups will never stop. Horny. Well, if I put horny layer of skin, that's probably not going to help either, is it? Layers of the skin. How we go? Which layer means horny layer? That's what she said. Okay, yeah. So the stratum corneum. So I didn't think Latin we had Latin words for horny, but that's horny layer is the outermost layer of the epidermis. The human stratum corneum comprises several layers of flattened. Okay, yada 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 yada. Let's go here. During cornification, I swear I'm going to get pop-ups here in a minute. This is on Wikipedia, I promise. Okay. I swear that's so this layer is composed of 15 to 20 layers of flattened cells with no nuclei and cell organelles. So basically it's just a whole bunch of dead skin. So these are embedded in the lipid matrix comprised of ceramides, cholesterol, and fatty acids. Got lots of those. Okay. Anyway, I for some reason I've never ever forgot about that. Which, I mean, think about it, kind of sticks out. No pun intended there. But let's see. Yeah. So anyway, you got your toe knuckles. How can a nail turn you on?
I would think a foot fetish would be the worst fetish of all.
Oh, I disagree.
Well, yeah, I'm actually gonna.
Are you sure you want to stick with that one?
What does Michael Scott say? The second that left my mouth, I knew it was wrong.
Let's see your penis. Oh man, yeah, I'm sure there's probably people with with knee fetishes, any joint fetish, a hip, a wrist. People get
Adam's
turned
apple.
on, huh?
Adam's apple.
Yeah, both sexes. That's the problem.
What's that? He-Man. There's a meme with He-Man, and so like at the end of every He-Man cartoon, they'd come out and like give kids advice, and then they'd be like, "Until next time." And so there was a meme I saw a couple weeks ago, and it was He-Man, and he goes, "Remember, kids, if she's got an apple, she's got a banana too."
That's funny.
He's writing off. Until next time.
Oh God, that's funny. That is funny. Yeah. No, there's some sick bastards out there that's got that, because I don't know. I just don't get it. I guess I've got a wife. I guess I say I have a wife fetish, my own wife, but because I'm sure there's people that have wife fetishes.
Yeah. I have a wife fetish.
Mine. Because that's what you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to get one more spot in here for FMC, then we'll be back with some more oh-so-wonderful podcasting on the Dryline Farmer Podcast.
It changes everything. So says Indiana corn grower Nathan Davis about innovative Xyway LFR fungicide from FMC. Xyway brand fungicides are the first and only at-plant corn fungicides to provide unprecedented season-long inside-out foliar disease protection. Discover more grower and retailer success stories at xyway.ag.fmc.com. Always read and follow all label directions.
Oh man! So we went from corn markets to corns on your feet. Oh,
Oh man,
jeez.
that's good stuff.
That's pretty funny. So anyway, talking about organs and everything, came across a story today. This talking about drones, and we've all heard about in the farming industry. They're trying to push, field mapping with drones and even application of pesticides with drones. Well, there was also I don't know if it's like a new project or what you want to call it, but drones that deliver body parts, like for transplants, like a kidney or a lung or whatever. If I'm getting a new kidney, I want that thing at least certified mail. I don't want I want a person in the cockpit. I mean, they're probably going to charge you the same for a drone delivery as a helicopter delivery. I mean, why not? Why put that? Well, I mean, why not put that
in
in
exactly DoorDash.
It's not.
What do they call it? Donor Dash?
Donor Dash. Organ lift. No, I mean, like these drones, they're all designed for like kind of stuff like Amazon. That's for the city. If Texas is pretty much out on the whole drone delivery system because, unless it's like these military-grade drones, how long does a drone battery last? Like 20 minutes at best? And that's not if you don't have a heart in tow. I mean, your payload's got to be pretty much just the weight of the drone itself. So, anyway, there was the guy that was giving the presentation. Then they were talking about drone taxis. Anyway, so this one, they had a prototype of one. And I think it was like a 2-seater. It had... What did it have? It had 6 pairs of propellers. So they had 6 propellers, and then they had one on top of another. So there was actually 12 props. They said, it gives so much more lift, but it tends to break an arm off because there's so much lift, like an arm going out to the prop. It's like, I think you've got more problems than lift at that point. It sounds like you've got enough lift. So... I mean, the Jetsons, he's still flying that. Have you seen that video where it's the theme song of the Jetsons? They're flying out, and it's the part where he gives her like a 50 and she takes his wallet and she falls down and he grabs her ass and is like, no, I'm not going to work so you can spend all our money at the shop. I gave you $50 and that's what you're going to do. Oh, God. Yeah, you need to look that up. Yeah, he just freaking reams her ass out. It's like, no, you're not doing that. I gave you $50 for groceries. You're not taking my whole wallet to go to the store, to go shopping all day. It's quite anti-feminist. So,
yeah, Family Guy has that one where Peter's sitting at the bar with the dad from Family Circus. And he's like, I don't know, man. If I would I would just go home and just, he's like telling him like just to go off on his wife or whatever.
Yeah.
And so the next day he's reading the paper and they're like, what are you doing, Dad? And he's like, reading a very disturbing Family Circus.
Reading a very disturbing Family Circus. Did it have like a trail of the kids where they have like the dots of the trail they ran everywhere?
It didn't show
it. That's too bad. That's a shame. But no, so I mean, drones are a great thing. I've got a drone. I think the battery, I think it needs new blades, but I'm betting the battery at best about 15 minutes. Now the drone racing, I think I could get into that because they've got like on TV on the ESPN, the Ocho. They do it with virtual reality goggles on, and they go. Usually it's in an arena, and it's an obstacle course. I saw one where they fly through like the what do you call not really tunnels, but where you walk in under the stands in an arena, the hallways and
entrance.
Huh?
The entrance?
No, not the entrance ass. That's kind of like a oxymoron, entrance ass.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, these things are flying at like 80 miles an hour. But like I said, it's a virtual reality goggles they have on, and they're flying it. And so their pit stops are...
That's the exit.
Yeah. So their pit stops are a battery change. So that gave me the idea, and we might have to do this, a Prius NASCAR race. It would be the quietest thing you ever, or a Tesla NASCAR race. It'd be the quietest race you've ever been to. So we may have that in the offing here. where we have just an all-electric NASCAR race. Because I'm sure you didn't watch the Daytona 500.
I did not.
Yeah. I try. I'm like, man, this sounds cool. I watched it for literally 2 laps. I'm like, I don't get it.
You probably got the gist of it.
I saw 2 of what, there's 200 laps. I think they're like 1.5 mile laps or something. I don't know. Anyway, it's 500 miles and it's a whole bunch of rednecks. I'd love to go to one. Now, I would love to go to one, if not to see the people, because mullets are, I don't think the NASCAR community ever excommunicated the mullet, but I would say in the upper echelon, it's even making a comeback. So I bet it's pretty impressive what you're going to see down there. I bet there's a whole lot of barefoot going on.
Probably a few foot fetishes there.
Lots of Keystone, lots of Red Seal, lots of restraining orders. How do those people get that close together when there's that many restraining orders in one group of people? It's like, dude, check it out. They're social distancing. No, that's a restraining order.
Have all like the campers and Winnebagos on the infield.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
That is so awesome. Can you imagine the freaking runoff of the bathrooms that go in there? Because there ain't that many hookups going into that RV park. Because like these things have, like the Texas Motor Speedway, they'll have a couple 100,000 people, won't they? It's huge.
It's like a miniature Woodstock.
Yeah. Hell, was Woodstock, was that 1 million people?
What do they call hookups there? Quickies?
Well, we're talking about cousins here, so.
It's all about speed.
Well, like family reunions. I won't go fast. No, I've always wanted to go to one, but I've just haven't made it. Texas Motor Speedway, I guess, which I guess all racetracks are big, but that one looks pretty. We've driven by it several times, and it is a massive deal. Seems like, what did we have? I think they have the Red Bull airplane air racing deal there. Now that looks pretty badass. Those dudes are like cracked out crop duster dudes, because I think these have about, I don't know if they have 1,000 horsepower or what they have, but these like crop dusters, I know they have 600 or 700, maybe more than that.
Wonder if they make them like shotgun a 6-pack of Red Bull before they start.
There would be a few more. Well, they're all got a big red. I had like half of a 5-hour energy one time, and I thought I was gonna like lose my shit because I was so freaking hyper out. I wasn't hyper. I got the shakes, man.
I don't know if I've ever tried one of those. I wonder if
they taste good.
I wonder if on a Red Bull can they have like a warning label on there that says doesn't actually give you wings. I bet they do.
No, I don't think it's going to do any good. Now, I've had several Jaeger bombs. I have had a lot of Jaeger bombs in my time. Not in a long time, but at the time I had a lot of them. So you drop that shot of Jaeger into the Red Bull? Yeah. It was such a great combination of hypertension and alcoholism all in one glass, and nothing followed it better than a cigarette. Nothing followed it better than a cigarette. Oh, damn. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure you had them at Midnight Radio, didn't you, Landon?
A Jaeger bomb? No. They had one at Hummers called the Root Beer Float, and they would drop a Jaeger bomb into some kind of beer, and it tasted like root beer.
Did it quench your thirst?
Yes.
So,
no caffeine either, just like root beer.
Did you have any friends that had the Jaeger ice machine deals, where you have the bottle turned upside down and it's refrigerated and it like gets it just right above freezing?
Friends, you say?
Yeah, touche.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. We had a kegerator and it worked most of the time, but it wasn't quite as fancy as the old Jaeger ice machine.
So when I was in high school, we went to a party once and we ran out of beer, which is typical for high school. And so a friend of mine's like, "Here, try this. This will get you drunk." And he handed me a bottle of Crown Royal. I didn't know.
God.
I didn't know you drank the damn thing. So I took a big swig of Crown Royal, and pretty much since then I've had about, I was 18 then, and I'm old now. I've probably had 6 shots since then.
Nice.
And other than that, it's just beer.
Yeah. Oh.
I tried Mogan David once, and that pretty much ruined wine for me forever. So
had what?
Mogan David.
I guess that's on my
like
wine list.
Wine. Have you never heard that country song? Will they have Mogan David in heaven?
I don't guess so.
You should listen to that song. It's pretty great.
Although I don't hear lyrics very well, so I could very well have missed it. No, I haven't had 7 and 7 ever since a AGR Christmas party because I chugged it and I was sick for 2 days after that. It was one of the longest periods I've wanted to throw up, like a solid 48 hours. Every time I would get up, it was like I was on a plane that was spinning. It was pretty impressive what it did to me. So that's my drink that I've never drank again. And it probably sounds a little pansy ass because it's 7 and 7, but hey, everybody's got their story. So I guess Crown is yours. What'd you do? Did you hurl it up?
No, but it messed me up for a little bit.
Did you have a little PTSD after that?
No, just.
Did that keep you from being an alcoholic?
No, not necessarily.
What? Well, I guess you have to not be one.
Like I said, it just led to where I pretty much only drink beer since then.
Oh, okay. Well, stick with what works, Landon. Well, guys, Landon keeps checking his phone, so all I can figure is he's getting text after text coming in. Is that true?
No, my kid's playing Nintendo here.
Awesome, like the end of the original.
Yeah, she's playing Kirby.
So we've got one boy's got a Nintendo Switch, and the other his is coming in. So I've played Super Mario Kart several times on one of them already, and I had a Game Boy, and it kicks the shit out of a Game Boy. Man, they were awesome. Sweet. It was pretty sweet. Well, Landon looks like he's wanting to play Kirby too, so we're going to get moving. Landon, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you on social media?
No Twit Landon 44.
And you can find us all over the place on the Global Leg Network and anywhere you can get your podcasts downloaded. That's iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. You name it, we're there. So, guys, till next time, we want to thank our sponsor, FMC, this week again. And until next time, guys, y'all stay safe, y'all stay cool, and we'll ask you, what side of the line are you on?
The Dryline Farmer Podcast, a member of the Global Ag Network. There's podcasts, and then there's this, the Dryline Farmer Podcast.